From across the UK, 32 up-and-coming chefs are putting their reputations on the line in a battle to become professional MasterChef champion. Tonight, the first 4 hopefuls compete to impress MasterChef judge Greg Wallace, renowned chef Monica Galetti, and Michelin-starred Marcus Waring.
I have no fear. Nothing in the kitchen really scares me. I'll attack anything.
I want to prove that I can do this. The edge today is going to be that I am staying calm under pressure.
I'm actually here to show the world what they are missing in their plate.
I want to prove to myself that I'm capable of doing everything. This is a massive opportunity.
Who has got the talent to rise to the top?
It's time to discover our next culinary superstar.
The star of a brand new professional MasterChef, and now Monica's back.
It's wonderful to be back. I've missed you. I've missed you, and I can't wait to see what talent we're going to uncover.
We've got to find our champion. We've got a long way to go, and we've got a lot of food to eat.
First up, they've got to face a skills test. We have 32 chefs hungry to show us what they're made of. We've got 4 of them waiting in the wings right now. Marcus, 2 of them are going to do your skills tests. Monica, 2 of them up now are going to do yours. What are you going to get them to do?
I am going to get our chefs to prepare and cook us a fillet of this brill, served with a turnip garnish and a coconut sauce. So the key skills that I want to see from our chefs is the preparing of this beautiful fish. I don't want to see any damage done to it. They can use some of the bones to start their sauce off as well, if they want. Preparing the turnip for the garnish. They can do that any way they want. The coconut sauce, I want to taste coconut through it.
I can't wait to see the prep of the fish. I really want to learn something here. Right, 20 minutes. Monica, over to you.
Off we go. First thing we'll do is prep our beautiful brill here. You can fillet it and keep the sides and everything on, but I want to use the bones, so I'm going to trim them off. So I've taken the first 2 fillets off, and now I'm taking the 2 on the underside.
So what we don't want to see is big lumps of flesh left on the bones.
Nothing at all.
If you've never seen this fish or prepared a flat fish before, that's going to be quite daunting.
Monica, could you take me through the technique of getting the skin off, please?
Knife on the angle, and as long as that knife is sharp, all you need to do is just pull the skin side to side.
You see a skills test, I see lunch.
Some things just don't change with you, though. Yeah.
Always hungry.
Would you have me any other way?
So I've got my fillets, my portion is ready to be cooked. I've got the bones and everything else on the tray here. They shouldn't go to waste.
Are you expecting the chefs to use the bones for the sauce?
Well, we've given them stock, but I think more flavour will come out of using the bones. So, hot pan, got the bones in there, get a nice colour. So I'm going to toast off some desiccated coconut. Coconut goes in.
Wow.
In the coloured bones, I've just deglazed it with the aniseed liqueur, and I've reduced that down, and now I've added a bit of fish stock, and then I'm going to add the coconut milk. So while the sauce is reducing down, I'm going to do my turnip garnish. Keeping it really simple. I'm making a brine. I've got salt, bit sugar, peppercorns, and some hard herbs in there. Bring that up to the boil. I'm going to thinly slice the turnip, and then just add the brine to it. And it'll just slowly sort of macerate in there.
You just pour that brine liquid on top of that in that bowl, so it can retain a bit of crunch, but also take on those flavours.
That's right.
Nice.
So I've got some sea aster here and some various sea herbs to go with the garnish.
I don't think I've ever had sea aster. Isn't that what the Spanish do after lunch?
Very good. So, guys, my fish is ready to be cooked. My turnip garnish is in the brine, ready to go. I have my sauce, and it's going to reduce a bit more, and I'll just finish that with a squeeze of lemon at the end. And my sea herbs, I'm going to just sweat this off with the fish and serve.
This fish is only going to take a minute.
So my fish has come out the pan, and I've just dropped in the sea aster just to wilt it. And then I start to plate.
Look at that. Wonderful.
Smells good.
And there we have it. My brill with a turnip garnish and a coconut sauce.
I'm hoping that our chefs will be able to fillet and cook the fish. Yes. The sauce making, I don't know. That looked quite complex to me. And then the presentation. Can they get a dish that looks anywhere near as smart as that?
It looks simple, but yet it's full of complexity.
Let's get our first chef in and see what they can do.
I'm ready. Let's bring him in.
Marcus, you're going to leave us now. You're going to watch things very closely from the back room. We'll see you back here for the tasting, yes?
Okay, yeah. Right, here we go. First cook of the season.
First to face Monica's skills test is 25-year-old Cameron, a head chef at a seafood restaurant in the Western Highlands of Scotland.
It's an absolute paradise for food. A lot of the seafood that's landed in Malaga is heading to the likes of London, and Langstein's are probably going to Paris. Food's been involved in my life since I was extremely young. You know, when we were 10 and 11, we were down fishing for mackerel and finished school in the summer holidays, and for 6 weeks we just went fishing every single day. Skills test is a mix of emotions. I think it's very exciting, but there's quite a lot of fear there because you just have no idea what you're getting yourself into. But let's just hope it's fish.
Welcome to Professional MasterChef. This is the skills test.
So what I would like you to do, Cameron, is to prepare and cook us a portion of this lovely brill, served with a turnip garnish and a coconut sauce. How does that sound?
I'm very excited to see fish in front of me, I won't lie to you.
Great to see that you're excited. You have 20 minutes. Off you go.
Thank you very much.
Cameron, it looks like you've prepared fish before.
I work at a seafood restaurant.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's obviously much easier at home without you guys watching. But no, I love working with fish. I love eating fish. We're so lucky. You know, the restaurant that our family own, it looks out onto the pier where all the boats come in with all the fish.
So it's a family restaurant?
My mum is the owner, my brother is the restaurant manager, and I'm the head chef. Just cooking fantastic local fresh seafood.
What are the chances of your first skills test on MasterChef being fish when you actually work in a fish restaurant?
Get the sauce on now.
What you got there?
Just put some coconut milk in. Going to reduce it slightly.
You're halfway, Cameron.
I'm just going with the flow right now, I'm afraid. I've not really got much of a plan.
He's got the fish carcass at the back. I hope he brings it back and uses it for his sauce.
Just think through this, what you need to serve.
This is...
He seems a little bit flustered.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with the sauce, I'm afraid.
I think the coconut sauce is throwing him a little bit. Use the bones, you've got some fish stock there, you've got the coconut, you've got a bit of alcohol. Should be pretty straightforward. All chefs should know that.
I'm going to reduce down the aniseed liqueur, and then I'm going to add a little bit of fish stock, and then add the coconut milk, and then reduce that down, and maybe finish it with some nice herbs. I'm going to cook the piece of fish, and I'm just going to work on the turnip whilst I'm doing that.
So you've got a plan?
I'm a man with a plan. Add some fish stock now, reduce that down as well.
What are you going to do with those turnips?
I'm going to just blanch them in water. Then once the fish is rested, I'm just going to toss the turnips through the pan. Just get a bit more flavour into the turnip.
He's not tasted that sauce. I don't think I've seen him season anything yet.
I'm curious, what made you into MasterChef?
I've always been a huge fan of the show, and it's a fantastic opportunity to be able to cook for you guys and to see where I'm at with my cooking, you know?
You've got a minute, so let's get it together, chef.
Thank you.
Goes quick, doesn't it?
Right, here we go. There we go.
Well done. You okay?
Wow, thank goodness.
It's over.
Thanks for giving me fish, guys. Appreciate it.
How'd you find that?
The pressure's crazy.
The way you were filleting the fish, it clearly shows you've worked with fish before. However, the sauce is wishy-washy. I think you got flustered. What you could have done to really give this coconut sauce lots of flavour was use the bones of the fish there.
Really enjoyed watching you approach the fish, the skinning, great job. I can certainly taste turnip. Sauce making is all about making the ingredients sing and dance. Nice fish cookery, though. The brill tastes delicious.
I think we call that a game of two halves if we were football pundits. Great fish prep. Look forward to seeing you in the next round. Thank you, Chef.
Getting that fish filleted was fantastic to watch.
Great potential.
It could have went a lot worse, but it was just rookie mistakes, things you don't do, because just under the pressure, you don't think. And yeah, it's done now.
Next up is 24-year-old Dara. Born in Limerick, he's now a sous chef in a fine dining restaurant on the south coast near Portsmouth.
Chefing is not for everyone, so you need to want to be a chef to be a chef. I started as KP, just in a pub in the New Forest, worked my way up, and it kind of flourished from there. I'm quite proud to say what I've done, because I've kind of come up from not knowing anything to kind of going, oh, I know quite a bit. Doing this is like a massive thing of like, am I good enough to do it? Is my confidence there? Is my skill set ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? Yes.
Dara, welcome to Professional MasterChef. This skills test was set by Monica.
You all right, Dara?
Yes, the nerves are starting to kick in, but I'll try and channel them. Hopefully, I'll be well on this. So
That's the spirit. What I would like you to do, Dara, is to prepare the brill and cook us a portion.
Yep.
Served with a turnip garnish of your choice and a coconut sauce. When you're ready, you have 20 minutes.
perfect. Thanks, Chef.
We'll take it out the tray on the board.
Yes, Chef.
Come on, get your chef's head on, Dara.
Yes, Chef.
So, Dara, lots of fish prep where you work?
Yeah, so I'm actually lucky where I work. It's a little town down the south coast. It's just don't want the nerves to overtake, but I'm sure I'll be okay.
He's cutting through the bone a little bit there, so he just needs to be a bit more gentle.
Steady, steady.
It's interesting, he's left the skin on the brill and he's going to pan fry it. I've never seen a pan fried piece of brill with skin on before.
Do you have a plan for your coconut sauce?
So I'm going to cook out some bay leaves, put the sauce, get it ready into the pan.
You've had 5 minutes, you're doing all right. You've got 15 minutes left.
The nerves are settling in, I just don't want them to overtake me.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
He just needs to keep himself together now.
Careful, that pot, that pot.
Thank you, Chef.
How'd you get to being a chef, Dara?
My dad's been a chef, recently retired, 52 years.
I hope he's got his feet up. He deserves it. He deserves a rest after 52 years in hospitality.
Pretty much my whole family came up through hospitality. Hopefully I'll do them proud today.
It's in your DNA, Dara.
But that's what I'm hopefully trying to prove. So I'm just going to reduce my stock down for the sauce. I'm going to get my fish on cooking momentarily. Then I'm going to
turn the hob down.
Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down.
You're halfway.
I don't know why I'm getting so nervous.
I hope he's remembered that this is a coconut sauce, because he's got no coconut anywhere near those pans yet.
So, Dara, you've trimmed up some turnips. You've got some stock reducing. Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm just reducing the stock a little bit more. I'm going to add my coconut into this, and then I'm going to season it. And then I'm going to cook my brill with some herbs. So a bit of rosemary, bit of thyme, bit of bay leaf.
Dara, now you're here, feeling the pressure. Are you wondering why you entered the competition?
Yes, definitely much so.
Do you know, Dara, I think it takes a brave chef even to walk through these doors. So well done.
And I appreciate that, thank you.
You have 5 minutes.
Yes, Chef.
Are you going to serve the turnip battens raw?
So I'm going to serve the turnip battens raw just to give it a texture on the plate so it's not just fish and sauce.
I don't mind vegetables with a bit of bite, but I just think raw turnip on the plate, I'm not sure this will work.
Coming in, got a minute or so. Let's get it on a plate, chef.
Yes, chef.
Stop shaking. Are you done, chef?
Yes.
Good, well done.
I bet you're glad that's over, Dara.
Yeah, but the pressure was on there.
Dara, you left the skin on. I don't mind, but not a gram of seasoning on there. The turnip garnish, I quite like in raw as battens like this, but your coconut sauce was just missing that body and so much more that could have gone into it. You need to get those nerves under control.
Dara, you got off to a good start, but as you started to fillet the fish, you started to hack away. The sauce making, I have to question whether you can make a sauce or not. The turnip, raw, quite an unusual thing to do, but having said that, it's nice, it's fresh.
Dara, your nerves. I didn't know whether to stand in and help you or give you a hug. You got the next round to put things right.
Thank you.
His hands were visibly shaking, weren't they? You can't work like that.
As he's continued, it just got worse and worse.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. As long as he calms down a little bit.
That was really, really intense. Once I finished, I realised how much ingredients was left on the bench that I could have used. And yeah, I just let myself down, but I need to pull it back now in the second round.
Now, Marcus, your skills test, what are you going to get them to do?
I would like our chefs to poach and pan fry a portion of this guinea fowl, make a sherry hollandaise and serve it with a bitter salad.
Butchery, tough skills test, I think, for any chef, but let's hope they've practiced.
Poaching, it's a delicate way of cooking it so that it doesn't dry out. And just finishing it in the pan at the end is just to gently colour the skin, nothing more.
Lots of classic chef skills to master here. 20 minutes, Marcus, please, show us.
First thing you need to do is get the poaching liquid on because I'm going to be poaching the breast. So I've got some brown chicken stock here, got shallots, peppercorns, bay leaf, thyme, rosemary, and a pinch of salt. Bring it up to the boil and allow them to infuse. The other key things they need to get on as well is their vinegar reduction, which is the base of hollandaise. So I've got here a white wine vinegar and some sherry vinegar. And then you need to get your butter on. So now, we go to our guinea fowl.
I love guinea fowl. It's one of my favourites.
So what I want them to do is I want to butcher this down. I want them to remove the legs, the wings, the two breasts, and cook and serve one portion.
You can see, Greg, the guinea fowl has no fat. They've got to be careful and take their time.
So there you have it. If they think of the chicken and they just approach it exactly the same way, they should be okay. So the stock's come up to the boil. I've just turned it down and then just take the breast and just drop that in.
Should the guinea fowl already be cooked in the poaching liquid before it goes into the pan?
I'd say 3/4 cooked. You can have the guinea fowl a little bit on the pink side, it's absolutely fine. Now onto the hollandaise. The vinegar reduction is reduced down and my butter is ready to go.
Hollandaise is such a versatile sauce. You can add flavourings to it. You can pour a puree through it, for example, a garlic puree to change it.
So you just bring up your egg yolks to a ribbon stage. Start to get those over your bain-marie.
So whip the egg yolks up before they go anywhere near any heat.
Yeah. Overheat and it'll split, they'll cook on the side. Not enough heat and it's just going to be raw egg.
And then that's your acidity reduction.
That's it.
It's really important, Greg, that once our chefs start with the hollandaise, that they do not walk away from it. We'll just scramble.
So as it's cooking and getting thicker, so rather than letting it down with water, I'm just using concentrated sherry, because that's a flavour I just want it to have at the end. Now onto our little salad.
I have a personal love of chicory. I like the crunch, I like the real bitterness.
The salad is whatever you want it to be. A bit of fennel, a bit of parsley,
There's some lovely herbs there. I spy a bit of truffle on the side as
Yep.
well.
So I've just taken the guinea fowl out of the cooking liquid, pat it dry, because otherwise you'll just get the water into the fat and it'll just spit out. Remove the fillet off the breast. I've just put that to one side. Oil in the pan. All I want to do is just put a little touch of colour onto the skin. That's all. It's almost cooked. And as you can see, it's a fabulous colour.
That's lovely and golden.
So that is really gentle, and that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Because anything more than gentle and it will dry.
That's right.
Now I'm ready to dress the plate.
Beautiful.
So I've got a little truffle here. So I've taken the fillet off the breast and I've just kept that separate. I've not pan-fried it because it does dry out very quickly. And I've just covered it in this little truffle. Guinea fowl.
Oh, how pretty.
There we have it, poached and pan-fried guinea fowl, sherry hollandaise and a bitter salad.
Absolutely stunning. I actually can't believe that guinea fowl. To get that crispness on the outside and to have it so juicy in the middle is absolutely lovely. It actually tastes a little bit like a glass of sherry inside the hollandaise.
I think it's going to be a great test. And, you know, just hopefully our chefs manage to keep calm and deliver beautifully cooked guinea fowl.
We've got 2 new chefs to meet to do this challenge. Should we get them in?
Let's get them in.
Monica, we'll see you back here for the tasting, right?
Right, see you later.
OK.
Chef de partie Himanshu is first to face Marcus's skills test. Originally from New Delhi in India, he currently works in an exclusive brasserie in London.
We grew up eating with street foods. It's so cheap, so I can afford it on my pocket money. And then one day I decided to go to culinary college. So my dream is to travel across the India. I want to cover all the regions. I want to cover all the cuisines and cultures and tradition. I would like to represent Indian street food in a fine dining way.
Himanshu, welcome to Professional MasterChef. This is a skills test and it was set by my friend Marcus.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling combinations of many feelings right now.
I'd like you to butcher down the guinea fowl.
Yes.
I'd like you to poach and pan-fry 1 portion.
Yes.
Serve with a sherry hollandaise
Yeah.
and a bitter salad. Have you worked with guinea fowl before?
Not with guinea fowls, but I assume it's like all the birds. I'm confident about it.
Right. Over to you, 20 minutes.
Off you go.
So I'm just gonna start with removing down this leg piece.
He's not prepared guinea fowl before, but like he says, it's like other poultry, and that's good. It's a good way to attempt something you've not done before.
What have you got in that pan there?
Chicken stock with a nice flavor of rosemary. I'm gonna simmer it down so that it's ready by the time I butcher this down.
When did you first fall in love with cookery, chef?
So I started when I was 8 years old. My mom was tired of cooking everything and I offered her a tea. And the very own moment I felt in love with the cookery.
You should have just taken the breasts off while it was still whole. I think Himanshu's a little bit out of practice with his butchery skills.
6 minutes have gone.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're doing all right. You've got 14 minutes left.
Are you familiar with the sauce, hollandaise?
When I was 21 years old, I moved to Dubai. This was my first job to do only hollandaise every day fresh for every service.
So talk to me about how you're going to make your hollandaise.
So I'm gonna just put some of the sherry vinegar inside my egg yolks.
Himanshu's put the butter into the oven.
Any other early food memories cooking with mum?
Yes, she was my first tutor. I was always wanted to do Indian cuisine. But when I moved to Dubai, I got only one option, to work in a French restaurant. So I struggled a lot because everything they were doing was totally different. So you're gonna be seeing me doing many things. Some of them are French with Indian touch in it.
Ooh, sounds like Himanshu is going to treat us to some wonderful food.
Your Guinea fowl breast is poaching.
Yes.
Your eggs are aerating for your hollandaise. Your butter's in the oven, melting. Your salad is prepared.
Yes.
You've got 5 minutes left, so you're going to need to get a move on.
Perfect. Now it's the time for searing this bad boy.
This bad boy.
Now I'll check on my butter.
Do you always clarify your butter in the oven?
No. I don't know why I did that, but it's fine. I got the same result.
You have now got to finish the hollandaise, and you've got to dress your salad and plate up.
You need to start speeding up.
Yes.
Come on, get your butter in there.
Let's start getting this together, come on.
Yes.
All good?
Perfect, yes.
How happy are you?
I'm really happy.
So are we. Come on, let's get it on a plate. Well done, my friend. Yes!
That's it.
In the nick of time.
Watching you from the back there, I had concerns with the butchery. The breasts need to come off before you remove the backbone of the carcass.
You got it poached. It's actually cooked quite nicely. It's moist, and we have a hollandaise sauce. I think more sherry, more flavour into the hollandaise. That's really what I was looking for.
I've got a nicely cooked guinea fowl breast, a bitter salad, and a really well-made hollandaise. I'm enjoying your dish. Looking forward to seeing you in the next round. Thank you, Chef.
I could have done better. I did some mistakes, but I'm gonna show judges that what I am and focus on my signature rounds.
Last to face Marcus's skills test is 31-year-old Katrin, head chef at a contract caterer in central London.
My style of food is very classic, because I'm classic trained. Also very sustainable, very modern, and very like English style food, but with Swedish influences, because that's where I'm from. My whole family would cook together. If that was my brother and my dad and me, or with my mom, or whoever would be doing the cooking, it used to be like a family activity. I think my biggest fear is the skills test. You have no idea what's coming. All you can do is practice everything.
Katrin, lovely to meet you. Welcome to Professional MasterChef.
I'd like you to butcher down the guinea fowl, poach and pan fry one portion, serve it with a sherry hollandaise and a bitter salad. 20 minutes, over to you.
Thank you very much.
Katrina's straight into it, hit the ground running. She's got her butter on to melt. She's got her bain-marie on.
You look like you've done this before.
Yeah, I'm in contract catering. When we have our special events,
Yep.
I tend to do these kind of things.
So she's doing a reduction of sherry as opposed to reduction of vinegar.
Have you always wanted to be a chef?
Well, I did at one point think, oh, I'm going to be a Coast Guard, because that's fun. But I was so seasick that did not work out.
She needs to whisk that, or those egg yolks are going to cook. Whisk, whisk, whisk.
To the poaching liquor, I'm just going to add some more shallots for some more flavour. So I've got my clarified butter melted. I've got my hollandaise working over a bain-marie. I'm going to poach the guinea fowl. I'm going to finish it in a pan after, just give it some colour for you.
So, Swedish cuisine,
Yeah.
does that come into your repertoire?
I like to have some bit of my Swedishness in what I'm cooking on a day-to-day basis. Flavours or things that are reminding you from being back home when I was younger.
That water, that the poacher liquor, looks like it's boiling, which could actually make the guinea fowl breast sort of tough and dry if it overcooks.
Have you got any butter in your hollandaise yet?
No, not yet, but I need to cool it down a little bit before I add my butter.
You're halfway, Chef. You've got 10 minutes left.
Okay.
I have to say, you look incredibly relaxed.
Well, you know, I think I am quite calm as a person. Maybe not always confident, but calm.
Okay.
Why cookery? What is it about food?
I've just always really enjoyed it, and in my family, we tend to do a lot of cooking together, and my grandmother and I always used to bake together as well.
What made you come to the UK?
I had an internship in a hotel during my second year at uni. So I actually really enjoyed it. Said I was going to stay for a year. It's been 10. Oh, that's a bit sweet.
It's sweet because she's used the sherry and reduced it down. What Katrin is lacking in her hollandaise is the vinegar.
Katrin, you're doing well, but we've got 5 minutes left, so we need to get stuff on plates.
Yep, no problem. I just want to give it a bit of a colour.
Yep. Chef, you have 2 minutes left.
So I hope the guinea fowl is cooked.
Bit pink.
Yeah, just a bit.
Well done.
It's what happens when you poach and the liquid is boiling. Meat just tenses up and it's just cooking around the outside. It's not penetrating through.
Nice. You're done with about a minute to go. Well done, you.
How are you, Katrin?
Good, thank you.
Glad it's over?
Yeah.
Your calmness is great, but your butchery is a little bit rough. You've got quite a lot of meat left on the carcass there. I think that's down to slightly rushing. When you're poaching meat, it's got to be a gentle poach. You want it to relax in the stock.
I've got a guinea fowl that's not as tender as it could be, but there is seasoning across it. I've got a nice crunchy salad, and I've got a hollandaise that's the right texture, but very sweet.
Katrin, I was really impressed of how calm you are. The making of the hollandaise, you got the bain-marie straight on, but the reduction was missing the vinegar. And I watched you taste it and say it was too sweet. But it was good to see you tasting your food throughout.
See you in the next round. Thank you very much.
Well, she seemed calm, but watching her work tells a different story.
I'm feeling good, but I also think I could do better. The hardest thing about it is to not know what you're going into.
I think you two have a couple of concerns. I'm delighted with the start.
I think across the board, we've got 4 chefs. We've seen some interesting points from all 4 of them. I'm excited, I'm happy.
For me, there's one chef that stood out before, and that was Cameron. I think he's got great potential. I think Katrin really needs to come back strong with a signature dish. Himanshu, I'm really curious what his style of food is about, so I'm excited to see that. And Dara, for me, needs to control those nerves.
In the next round, of course, they get the opportunity to showcase their own food. Everything could change.
Exciting. Chefs, wonderful to see you back in our kitchen. I hope this time the nerves have started to settle, because this is when you get to have some fun.
This is your signature 2-course menu. 1 main, 1 dessert, your chance to showcase your skill set, your knowledge, your passion. You have 1 hour and 30 minutes. At the end of this, 2 of you will be leaving the competition.
You get 1 crack at this opportunity. Grab it with both hands, cook well, and I wish you the best of luck.
Show us what you got.
The signature dish round, I think everything's riding on it. I would like all the judges to eat my food and go, wow, this boy can cook.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited to be here, and hopefully I can execute these 2 dishes for you.
Good. What are they?
Keeping it very Scottish with venison loin, crispy haggis with a confit potato, and then for dessert, a whiskey panna cotta, oat crumble, bang and seasoned rhubarbs, and some honey cake.
It's obviously important to you to highlight the flavours of Scotland. Why is that?
Because it's the flavours that I love to cook and eat. This is me in a plate, and this is the food that I love.
Cameron's very proud of his Scottish heritage. Venison loin. Venison needs to be beautifully cooked. He's putting that into the water bath and then just colouring it in the pan. And a confit potato is great. So he's put it on a Japanese mandolin. And he's got layers of thin potato, which he's seasoned, put clarified butter on, he's rolled it up, he's poaching it. He's then going to cut it into little fondant-sized potatoes. We've also got some crispy haggis on the dish. I think all of these ingredients are fantastic. They do work together. He works in a restaurant that is predominantly serving fish. So it's fascinating how he's doing us a venison loin.
I'm a seafood chef. All I do is cook fish. I can cook meat just as well as I can cook fish, I think is something that I want to prove to everybody.
I love the sound of a whiskey liqueur panna cotta, but he's got to get the balance of their sweetness right. And a honey cake as well. I like the sound of a honey cake.
I have never taken this much big risk in my life. People think that Indian cuisine is like, okay, curry, curry, curry. It's not about curry. We have a lot of, technicalities in our Indian cuisines.
Himanshu's food is a bit of a fusion of his wonderful Indian heritage and the food he grew up with, and of course the skills and the classic French cooking that he's picked up over the years. He's doing tandoori lamb chops.
Tandoori lamb chop is about a great spice, great marinade. Now that's a very difficult thing to do. That's quite a skillful thing to do.
He's got palak puree, which is like a spinach puree. He's got burnt spice running through raita. He's got potato fondant, which has got cumin running through it.
Fondant potato, it's got to be nice and caramelised. Almost sort of melts in the mouth. You don't want any crunch or any bite. How do you do lamb tandoori without a tandoori oven?
I'm gonna be cooking on a high temperature, which means I need a really nice charred color while baking the lamb chops. For my dessert, I'm gonna be giving you a traditional street food in India. It's a faluda. Basically, it's a frozen ice cream kind of thing, which is called kulfi.
It's a fabulous dessert.
And I'm gonna be serving this with the cornstarch noodles.
What does this competition mean to you?
It means everything for me. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I used to watch MasterChef when I was 12-year-old. And I was imagining myself then, and I'm here. So still, I cannot believe it, that I'm here.
Himanshu's dessert, he's got noodles, and normally they flavour it with rose water or rose syrup. He's got pistachio kulfi, which is like a set ice cream, and a sauce with chia seeds with a bit of saffron running through that.
That's unusual, something that I've not tried before.
For both dishes, I have 20 elements to do. So you'll be seeing me running inside the kitchen. So it's gonna be a really big challenge for me today. Perfect.
Chefs, you have 30 minutes. 30 minutes, complete this masterpiece.
What I need to do now is I need to leave my nerves outside the door when I step back into the kitchen. My dishes, I need to ace both of them in order to go forward and not to go home.
Dara realises that if he doesn't control the nerves, he's not going to cook to the best of his ability. His menu of lamb with black garlic, wild garlic puree, that's a beautiful marriage made in heaven. Lamb is going to go into the water bath. It's going to be finished off in a pan with a little bit of butter.
If this goes right, then hopefully I got this in the bag.
His dessert's really interesting. It's an apple rhubarb rose. He's putting the apple onto a Japanese mandolin, so you get a very, very long strip. He's also going to be making a rhubarb gel. He's then going to lie that on top and then roll it up, and then he's going to open it up and look like a rose.
The apple's not actually cooked in this. He's just going to flavour it with lemon water.
It sounds intriguing. It sounds a little bit risky, in my opinion.
So I'm a very imaginative, creative chef. I like to try new things. I need to step myself outside of the box, which I intend to do.
What's inspired these dishes, Dara?
Growing up in Ireland, I grew up around the countryside with my dad. I grew up around good food, good ingredients, ate well all the time.
Your dad was a chef for 52 years. What influence did your father have on you?
From a young age, my dad used to bring me into the kitchen, give me one of his jackets, and you're just like, well, I need to take this, put myself out there and push forward.
Dara, it sounds great. I love that you've got the nerves under control.
Thank you.
I like the judges to think that I'm better than what I showed in the skill test. I think these dishes are representative of me from my childhood.
Katrin,
Yeah.
how are we feeling?
Bit more nervous now, I think, than before.
Why is that?
I don't know, maybe because I didn't do as well as I wanted to do in the first challenge.
Katrin, you need to put that behind
Yeah.
you and give us your 2 best plates so far.
I will.
Speaking of which, what have you got?
So I'm doing my version of a Swedish dish called gubbröra. Basically it means old man's mix. The traditional way is that you have chopped up boiled eggs with potatoes and herbs and pickled herring. But that's a bit boring, so I've decided to take that apart a bit and then doing like a salad cream flavoured herring sauce and like coating my potatoes in there, and then we've got mackerel to go on top.
Sounds delicious. I love the sound of the original dish that inspired this main course from Katrin. She's got torch mackerel, she's got new potatoes with a spiced salad cream. She's made from the juice of the tinned herrings from Sweden.
The mackerel's taken off the bone. This is just going to gently torch it. The torching just needs to be just nice and darkened, not too much.
How's that sounding to you, Greg?
I like strong fish. Monica does too. Dessert?
It's my play of a classic 80s Swedish dish. So it's pear baked in the oven where you coat them with a mint chocolate creme, and then I've got some poached pears to go with that, and just a vanilla whipped cream. It's like the flavours and how I enjoy food, and I just want you guys to enjoy it the same way I enjoy it.
Your menu sounds exciting. Good luck.
Thank you.
Poached pear, got to be beautifully cooked, just a little bit of bite there. The cremoon, you've got to get the balance of the mint and the chocolate just right. And the mint just needs to sit in the background of that beautiful chocolate crema.
You have 10 minutes, chefs. Have we got to carve that lamb yet?
It's finishing in the oven.
You have just 4 minutes. Get it on a plate, please. You've got fish to put on there.
It's in my oven. 20 seconds.
You've got 60 seconds to finish your dishes. That's it. Stop, your time's up. Time is up. Well done, everybody.
Well done, guys. We got there.
Contract caterer Katrin's signature main course is her twist on a classic gubbröra. Torched mackerel served with Jersey new potatoes, dressed in salad cream, flavoured with pickled herring, garnished with sea herbs, salmon caviar and a rye crumb.
Mackerel for me is beautifully torched. The rye bread crumb, when you get that texture, there's got to be a saltiness through it. I just wish there was more of it.
I like the pop of salt coming from the caviar. That herring has actually got a sweet flavour, which is really lovely going through that dressing.
I love the flavour of the potato salad. I think that the mackerel itself is nice. I like the rye bread, but I would like to have seen some refinement in your presentation.
For dessert, Katrin has made a chocolate and mint cremeux with poached pear, caramelised hazelnuts, a vanilla mascarpone cream, and a pear caramel.
I keep tasting salt.
Yeah, there's some salt over the chocolate.
The mascarpone cream, delicious. The hazelnuts, beautifully caramelised. And the pears taste delicious. And the crema is lovely and smooth. But what's spoiling the mint and chocolate, for me, is the salt that you put over it.
You've been a little heavy-handed. There are bits of it I'm picking out, just a little hint of salt, which is great. I like that because it's a contrast with the sweetness. That then disappears and you get mint with a juicy pear, which I think is really quite lovely.
I think the presentation, I don't know what happened, but you sort of rushed it at the end. But really like the flavours of the pears with the dark chocolate crema, and of course the textures of the hazelnuts with your cream here.
Katrin, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. I think the judges' comments were fair. I really think Like towards the end, like I could have worked more on like the presentation of the dishes and to get them more refined in the end.
Head chef Cameron's cooked venison loin with asparagus, confit potato, crispy haggis, caramelized cauliflower puree, and pickled wild garlic buds. Served with a port and venison jus, split with wild garlic oil.
Good looking plate. Venison, nicely cooked. Cauliflower puree is lovely. Well seasoned, creamy, nutty, that's great. I love those little pickled buds.
Love the little potato on the side. That's delicious. Your haggis cylinder, that's lovely. Asparagus is nicely cooked. What I'm looking for is a sauce that really wraps around the whole dish. It just lacks body and depth.
The crispy texture of the haggis is delightful. The asparagus, beautifully cooked, and I love the seasoning throughout the cauliflower puree. Great ideas on this plate.
For his dessert, Cameron is serving a whiskey liqueur panna cotta, poached rhubarb, honey cake, an oat crumble, raspberry gel, and a honeycomb tuile.
Whiskey panna cotta. I'm wondering how I've gone through nearly 60 years of life and never tasted one, because that is phenomenal.
Cameron, the execution in the cake, the crumb, the panna cotta have all been done very well. I love the tart of the rhubarb with the little honey cake, the honey tuile. It's a good dessert.
Cameron, it's no secret, I'm a whiskey lover. And it's almost that nurturing glass of whiskey when you have a sip and savour that, and it's got the warmth of it, which is beautiful. This is a good introduction that shows me you're a competent chef.
Monica, she loved it. I'm 1,000,000% a perfectionist. Yeah, the dessert did go well.
Chef de partie Himanshu is serving a tandoori lamb chop with a palak spinach puree, kajumba salsa, burnt spice raita, with a cumin potato fondant, charred onion, and a chili jus.
I have to tell you straight away, that lamb is not cooked anywhere near enough for me. I would send it back, I'm afraid.
You would have known by touching this meat and pushing it gently that it was not cooked enough. And then when you cut into it, chef's intuition to get that back in a pan. I thought it was a chili jus.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, it's so watery. It's like a chili water. It's a shame. I was so looking forward to trying this.
I'm loving the puree and the raita, but I've got obvious issues on this plate. The lamb is undercooked, and also my fondant potato down the bottom still isn't soft enough.
I absolutely love your spice cookery. Every element, from the fondant to the spinach puree to the raita. But when you put so much on a plate and you want to impress, there has to be a point where every chef says, stop.
For dessert, Himanshu has cooked his take on the Indian street food dish, faluda, with cardamom and pistachio kulfi, cornstarch noodles, a raspberry and lime granita, served with rose syrup and saffron and chia infused milk sauce.
I love the cardamom in your kulfi and then saffron as well. I'm happy with the slippery noodles when they go into your creamy sauce. This is an opulent, elegant tasting dessert.
I really like the flavours of the kulfi. The pistachio, it's creamy. That is lovely. The saffron and the cardamom running through the sauce, I really like that.
I'm picking up pistachio and I'm definitely picking up cardamom. It's refreshing, but I think from a presentation point of view, I think you could sharpen this up.
Challenge was really tough but it is what it is, so I can hope only for the best.
Sous Chef Dara's main course is cannon of lamb, served with black garlic, a wild garlic puree, cauliflower and parmesan crumb, and a lamb jus.
Watch you cooking the lamb. It is delicious. The garlic puree is great. I love the little raw cauliflower crumb. I like the sauce, and it's got good body to it. It works well. I would happily eat all of this.
Thank you, Chef.
I like the cookery of the lamb meat and decent sauce. Also like the wild garlic puree, which is more subtle. I mean, that black garlic is sweet. It's a good flavour, sweet and sharp with lamb. It's like mint sauce with lamb. That's great.
The flavours of the garlic puree are wonderful. The crumb is also a great idea with the cheese, you've got the saltiness and the cauliflower. It's a great start.
For dessert, Dara is serving an apple rhubarb rose. Sliced apple filled with rhubarb gel and hibiscus flowers, with a lemon and honey cream and extra rhubarb gel.
I can visualise what it's going to look like, but in my head, there was just no way for me that this is working. But I was completely wrong in what I thought until I tasted it. Because I think the raw apple is slightly softened, the gel in the middle running around all the way. So every mouthful, you've got the gel, you've got the hibiscus. It really does work.
The apple wrapped around the rhubarb jelly and the hibiscus flowers. And that is really refreshing. With the fluid gel on the side, it's got sharpness. I really enjoy that with the sweetness of this dessert.
The issue I do have is texture. It's gel with jelly, cream and slice of apples. I think we need some heavy crumb, but your flavours I find actually very pleasing. Dara, you look like a much more relaxed man, are you?
Definitely from when I first started in the skills test.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. I'm happy in myself for what I created and what I presented. The thing I enjoyed most was just hearing that they enjoyed my dishes.
Right, here we are, big call to make, judging to do.
I thought today was great, good start to the competition. 4 very exciting chefs.
Not without hiccups, but I love the fact that we have potential in this kitchen, and it's only the first step in the competition.
I think there's one chef who's probably disappointed in himself right now, and that's Himanshu. I think he's got some great ideas, but there were issues. Undercooked lamb, a sauce that was too watery.
I think we've got a chef here that was just trying too hard to impress.
Katrin did much better in the second round. The mackerel dish with that potato salad, the dressing using the herring, I thought was delightful.
But present it in a way that shows a level of refinement.
The dessert, I love the flavour of the mint and the dark chocolate. I just felt was rushed. It didn't look great.
For mine, there was too much salt. It was out of balance and out of sync.
Dara, I think we all pretty much enjoyed his lamb. His sauce wasn't bad. I particularly like the crumb and, of course, the cauliflower. Dara's dessert, the apple, rhubarb gel, rhubarb jelly, hibiscus flowers, I love the flavour of that. But texture, I had a bit of an issue with. Cameron, he had a good skills test.
His main course today, the venison, I thought the cauliflower puree was nicely seasoned. I would have eaten it all.
The dessert, the panna cotta, beautifully balanced, excellent, excellent, excellent.
We've only got 2 places, and I think there are 3 chefs here who could easily compete in the next round. So, we've got a decision to make.
I'm not 100% sure I'll make it through today, but I would very much like to make it through and show them what I've got in the next round.
I really hope I have the opportunity to cook again. I think it's 50-50, to be honest.
I'm hoping that what I did plate up was good enough to push me forward.
Chefs, what a day. the first 4 to cook in our MasterChef kitchen this year. Wonderful to see your different personalities in your food today.
You should be incredibly proud of what you've achieved. It is not easy. Well done.
We have made a decision. 2 of you will be leaving the competition. 2 of you, of course, are going through to the next round. The first chef leaving is Himanshu. Thank you very much. We really hope you enjoyed the competition. Sorry you're leaving us. Thank you very much indeed.
Guys. It's just competition. It's the biggest competition, but I cannot, put myself behind just because of today's result. I will keep pushing myself, and everything will be fine.
The second chef leaving the competition is Katrin.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
I definitely think I had more to show the judges and show them more of me. My plan when I leave here is to just go home. My husband promised me a big glass of wine no matter what.
Yay! Congratulations, gentlemen. Dara, Cameron, well done. Good day for the Celts, right?
Aye.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take it. Definitely take the result. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
It was a hairline between all of us. But no, definitely happier than when I showed up this morning because I didn't think I was going to go this far.
I'm buzzing. I'm over the moon. Gonna go and get a beer after this, I think. Well deserved.
Next time,
Exciting.
4 new hopefuls
Burn my monkfish, no.
fight for their place in the quarter-final.
You've got about half a minute to finish these dishes.
Still lots of work to do.
Charlie, calm down. Please, chef. Sorry, chef.
It's actually quite delicious.
It's an absolute knockout in flavour.
The city of Detroit has completed the country's first stretch of wireless charging road. With help from Electrian, a company specializing in wireless vehicle charging, the city has installed coils under the road that allow electric vehicles to top up their batteries as they drive down the road. The idea is to make EVs even more environmentally friendly, increasing range without relying on large and wasteful battery packs. Situated on a quarter-mile stretch of road on 14th Street, this is the first of its kind not only in the USA but for the entire North American continent. According to the city of Detroit, the roadway is safe for all types of traffic, pedestrians, and wildlife. It seems this will be used to evaluate the project for the future, ahead of making it available to the public in the next few years, said the city on X.